We can only survive by staying ahead of it, keep jumping from person to person, keep mutating and evolving. But now, humans are adapting too fast. And in the immune system, we see a little cartoon of white blood cells guided by antibodies chasing after bacteria saying, "Who wants a hug?" We spread through their water. They built pipes. We used mosquitoes. They put out nets and poison everywhere. We spread through sex. And suddenly, they all had these plastic things. Condoms, of course. This time, we really thought we had them. One of us got good enough at transmission through everyday contact. It was great. We were tearing through lungs, spreading like wildfire. One germ says, "Hooray!" Another germ says, "I hate lungs." The virus goes on. Then, all of a sudden, humans everywhere just stopped. They stopped working. They stopped seeing friends. What are they doing? Nothing. They're just there in their houses, washing their hands. Suddenly, humans have become dead ends. We try to jump from one to the next, but there's no one to jump to. We can't escape. We're trapped in there with those ghastly immune systems. Again, with all the little menacing white blood cells wanting to give the viruses a hug. Even if we win a fight, there's nowhere to go. By staying inside, humans have become resistant. Another germ asks, how could they evolve that fast? Humans take decades to reproduce. The virus says, it's not evolution, it's something with their brains. I wondered what those were for. Humans started looking at their phones, talking, writing words, and making signs. A human named Gloria Gaynor filmed herself singing at her bathroom sink. And they bought lots of pasta. Then, around the world, they all went home and started washing their hands. They saw what we were doing and changed their behavior to stop us. Oh, brains are the worst. It's not over, right? They can't sustain this. They must be bored and tired. Will they give up? The virus says, I don't know. They seem determined to protect each other, and they have a lot of pasta. So this was Monroe's cartoon for this week, and I thought it was particularly appropriate. It's a pretty apt description of what we're doing, and it's also a pretty apt description of how the scientific method lets us order our world for the better. And we're going to take a dive today into what science is and how it works. Um, so what I'd like to do first is I want to talk about exam three, talk about what exam three will be like. Then we're going to take a dive into the scientific method, in particularly look at its history, and from its history try to deduce its properties. And then we're going to do some review for exam three. So the exam starts at 1 p.m. Tuesday, Syracuse time. It'll be due 24 hours later, 1 p.m. on Wednesday. Tuesday morning, we will still be on Blackboard Collaborate during class time for a last minute review session if anybody wants. So we can review anything you like Tuesday morning. We will not have recitations on Wednesday because we'll start grading. Friday's recitation will be a tour through part of the practice exam. So the practice exam has already been made up. I haven't posted it yet. I'll do that right after class. Well, after my next class. I have another class after this one. There'll be 8 questions like before, and every recitation section will focus on 2 questions. So that's the same as your group exams. But here, we're not going to be giving you a group exam. We'll be helping you with the questions. We'll be helping you understand what those questions are designed to teach you. Um, so every recitation will get 2 questions, but you can go to multiple recitation sections if you would like to have someone guide you with all of the questions. Um, so if you want to study with your friends, you can say, yeah, let's look at these questions, and I want to go to the 12:30 session and the 3:15 session or whatever they are, because those are the ones with the questions that I'm particularly unsure of. Um, we will post video solutions over the weekend. I have to make them. I'm behind on making videos. So basically, as soon as I'm done with my next class, I'm going to lock myself in a cave. Just kidding, I've been locked in a cave and make video solutions to the homework and video solutions to yesterday's recitation. I'm sorry, those are a little bit behind. Um, your next homework set is posted now. It's a series of guided problems that continue what we talked about last time about power. This asks you to again imagine a cyclist who has a power output of 120 watts, um, and ask how fast can she ride on flat ground, how fast can she ride into a headwind, how fast can she ride up a hill, and if she tries to go super fast down a hill, how fast can she go down a steep hill. Um, and this homework set is kind of more pedagogical than most. It's really designed to teach you things that we didn't get to finish in class. It will not take you that long. Yes, Samantha, I will post the practice exam like real fast now. Like I'll send it out. Actually, I can probably do it between classes. But you'll get the practice exam at the latest at 2 p.m. today. Um, Homework 11 should not take you a lot of time. There's no hard math in it. Like every problem is a one-liner mathematically. They're like 6 problems. Um, Exam 3, we're going to post the questions Tuesday at 1 p.m. Syracuse time. So you'll get the practice exam today. I just finished it this morning before class. You will get it today. You can start taking a look at it before recitation. But the exam you're taking for keeps, that one goes live at 1 p.m. next Tuesday. You will submit your answers on Blackboard. You can do the exam in a number of ways. You can either write your answers just on your own paper. You can print the exam and write your answers on the exam. Or you can do what I'm doing. If you have a tablet and a stylus, you can use Microsoft OneNote or an iPad or Xernal, which is the Linux program I'm using to like write on the PDF and send that to us. Somebody told me that you can do that in Microsoft Word too, but whatever tool you have, basically any way you have to get us the answers. At most, this exam should take you 2 hours. This is not going to be a 24-hour marathon endurance test. The reason we're giving you 24 hours is so you can take it in a restful, relaxed environment. So you can, you have time to like do a problem, eat dinner, do another problem, go for a walk, think about, something else, go to bed, get up, finish the exam, and turn it in. We want it to be a relaxed experience. It's not going to take you more than 2 hours. During the exam, you can use anything that goes with this class. So you can consult our notes. You can consult any of the videos that I put online. Thank you, Griffin. Thank you for all of your hard work. This class is like, we understand this is super stressful, right? I've got, both of my parents are about 70 years old. They've got enough food for like 3 months, and they're just not leaving their house because they're worried about getting sick, even though they're in good health. My girlfriend has asthma, so she's worried about her lungs. But she's on campus right now taking care of her plants. Um, Everybody's going through a stressful time right now. We have one of our GTAs, not one of our recitation TAs, but somebody who teaches another class. He's in Italy with his father, who is on a ventilator and who may not make it. So this is tough for everybody. And Griffin, the least we can do for you is to try to give you a way to end the semester in a low stress environment. That's super important to me, is that my class be a source of education and support, but not a source of stress for anybody. Samantha, it is likely going to be 4 questions with a few short answer questions. Short answer being something like, well, they're going to be questions about the scientific method. I already know what that question will be. So it'll be like 4 questions like you've had before, plus a little bit. Does that answer your question, Samantha? I see whoever raised their hand put their hand back down. Okay. We're going to make ourselves available for you to ask questions if you're not sure about what something on the exam is describing. But you can't ask other people for help during the exam. So this is not an exam that determines how good you are at paying for things on Chegg. This is not an exam that determines how good your friends are at physics. We want you to do your exam with your own skill using any materials we've made for reference. So, David, the four questions will probably involve, yes, they will be roughly like the last exams. Would you all like me to send you the exam three from last year? Yeah, I can send you exam three from last year. Um, One of the questions I've just like actually I think two of the questions I've put on the practice exam. Exam three last year was hard, so I'm going to send it out, but with the caveat that this year's exam will be easier. Exam three last year had two ideas on it that are not on this year's exam. Last year's exam three was kind of a butt kicker, like it was harder than we meant it to be. But I'll send you a couple of past exam threes for comparison. I'll try to pick one that's kind of more like what you had to do. But actually, a better comparison for you, if you're trying to see like what this exam will be like, I'm gonna you're gonna get 8 questions for the practice exam, right? I'll send those to you after class. Um, all 8 of those questions are things that we could ask you. So if you want to know what next year, what this exam will be like, imagine 4 of those 8 questions plus one more short answer question. But yeah, I'm going to go back again. I've got another class to teach after this one, so don't expect that until afternoon today. But yeah, I can look over my past exams and figure out what I want to send you. Are there any other questions about what's coming up, how the exam will work, about helping you all study? Yes, the short answer question will be about the scientific method, and we're going to talk about that in like 10 minutes. One other thing, I have help hours tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Yes, I know that's early. I don't like to get up that early either, but that's 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. for people who are on the other side of the world. Uh, yes, Ailish, I'm going to be, so you know the video solutions that I've been recording? I'm going to work all the problems on camera and talk about how to work them because, again, a live video is more useful than just a static piece of paper. I'm going to video record that this afternoon. I'm going to post it Sunday. Well, I may not get to record it until Sunday, honestly, but you'll have it in your hands on Sunday. How many submissions do you have? I'm not quite sure what that means. Isabella, we decided not to do an interview. Um, we decided that that is too much work. We were concerned about, of course, like, somebody might go get their friend to do their exam for them. And what we decided in the end is that we want to use all of our resources and effort in helping students learn and in supporting students. So we're not going to be using our energy trying to like, oh, we think this person might have gotten their friend to do something. We're going to ask them to explain it. We'd rather use our energy supporting you. Um, Lauren, what do you mean by concept review? Oh, to take the test, like if your computer crashes. So, Zaya, did you take another test on Blackboard? Did you have like another Blackboard exam? Yeah, this is not going to be like that. So I know Blackboard has problems sometimes. You're not taking the exam on Blackboard. All we're going to do is give you the PDF of the questions, and then you can take the exam however you like by like printing it out and writing on your own paper. And then you will submit your answers on Blackboard just like you're submitting your homework. So we're only using Blackboard to let you turn the thing into us. Um, but you will not be taking your test on Blackboard. You'll be taking your test um, on your iPad or on your own paper. That's just easier for you. And oh, Lauren is asking a concept review like you had for the previous exams, like the one you had for exam two that was for a couple of hours on Sunday. Um, so let me ask you all about this. I'm planning on recording solutions to the practice exam, but how many of you would also find a Blackboard Collaborate live review session to be helpful? We're doing I'm going to help you Tuesday morning, but that's like right next to the exam. So a lot of people would like me to like hang out on Blackboard sometime on Sunday and hold a review session. Oh yes, Brandon, it'll of course be recorded. Anything I do is recorded, just for the benefit of everyone. Um, so Sky, I am not recording on Blackboard Collaborate, but I am recording using Open Broadcaster Studio. So the same software that people use to stream video games on Twitch, I have running on a second monitor, and it is recording. Um, so, yep, we're good. Thank you for the reminder, though. I make mistakes all the time, and you all have to catch them. Yeah, I will set something like that up. It will be on Sunday. Um, I want to think about like time zones and people on the East Coast, people on the West Coast, people in Europe, people in East Asia. I will tell you when that will be on Sunday. I'll probably send out a poll to everybody. But yeah, something like that I'll do Sunday. Any other questions before we move on? Uh, the concept review will be 8 to 10 a.m. is office hours. You can ask anything, but I will be in the physics clinic 8 to 10 a.m. They're asking for a big review on Blackboard Collaborate, which I'll do on Sunday, but 8 to 10 a.m. is normal office hours for me on Blackboard Collaborate on Friday. And I'll send out an email clarifying what all that is this afternoon. You can't find today's PowerPoint. It is on the course website. So if you go to the course website, it is right up at the top, or if you click on calendar, it is there. I didn't post it to Blackboard, but it is on the course website. Let me just shoot you a link. Boop, boop, boop. Martin, there it is. Any other questions, including questions about the homework? Would anybody like to? I'll give you a moment to like look at the homework or ponder if there's something you want to talk about. I do have a review planned at the end of class today. Okay. At the end of class, I'm going to move on to the process of science content. But at the end of class, we'll come back and circle back to your questions. So I'm going to put a cut in the recording here. Oh, I did want to say one more thing about the exam. These are notes that I wrote in 930. Here's the outline of the exam just for complete clarity. The big topics are conservation of momentum and energy methods. Ideas of power from homework 11 are going to be a minor topic, and the process of science stuff we talk about today will be a minor topic. So the breakdown will be roughly 80% and 20%. So that's how the exam will be split up. Here are some doodles from people's questions about the homework from 930. So starting now, the stuff about process of science.